So I'm making cupcake toppers this time. These are something that I see for sale a lot on Etsy and something that I always like to craft myself because I like to make them personalised. They're very expensive to buy for what they are when you can make them for really next to nothing and probably with everything that you already have in your house. So what you'll need are these little coffee stirrers. I've never seen them for sale anywhere this thin. You can get lollipop sticks in the craft shop for £1 for quite a few. I have picked up a few from my local coffee shop because I get them free with my coffee and that brings the cost of my party down by a couple of pence. Hurrah for my husband. So you'll need a little stirrer stick. I've got some ribbon. I've used two kinds. The theme we're going with for Hero's birthday is gold and white for his birthday tea. So I'm using that. And I've got a pad of glitter paper, which is all different metallics, and some little foam pads, as I found these are the easiest thing from Boston. So you need to take your little twizzly stick and decide how big you want the topper to be. I am going to pick the gold colour out of here, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my scissors and cut a piece which is approximately about 1.5 inches by 1 inch. Now you can draw yours out on the back beforehand. Remember to draw it in reverse if that's what you want. I tend to do mine freehand, but that's because I like freehand things. You might like to stencil yours. So I am going to cut out the number 1 from my metallic paper, or card rather. Choose card because it's not going to flop if you have a summer party. I'm going to chop it to the way I like it. And check the proportions. It's a little bit bigger than I'd usually do. I haven't put the little arc in. A little bit bigger than I'd usually do, but that's okay. So I have my little one here. I'm going to put that to the side. With my little stick, what I'm going to do before I start tying is I'm going to match the two ends of my ribbon together. And bearing in mind, I know that I want quite a neat little bow, so I'm going to use probably about 4 inches each side. But instead of cutting it first, in order not to waste ribbon, I'll make a simple knot, an under and over knot, around my stick first of all, and then I'll try and tie the bow to see what it looks like. Because this way, if I get it wrong, I can retie without losing any ribbon if it's too short. Okay, so I'm liking the ribbon that I've got there. And there it is. I've got a double bow. It looks quite pretty. Now I'm actually going to trim it. So I'll trim it so it looks the same on both sides. Make it look happy. Use some really sharp scissors if you're doing this, because otherwise you end up with frayed ribbon ends. And that can be a nuisance, and you really don't want bits of ribbon fraying into your food. The neighbourhood cats are visiting. So once you've got your bow, leave it down low, and then you're going to take your little bit of glittery card rather, and this is where the foam pads come in. And they come in teeny tiny little squares so they fit onto the sticks easily. I'm going to take a couple, put them on. Depending on how big your letter is, the little backings come up easy, but depending on how big your letter or number or topper is obviously how many you'll need to use. Excuse you, everybody. Oh, excuse me. I always seem to sneeze in threes. I was waiting for the last one. So I have my little sticky bits. I'm going to push my one on and secure it, and then when I'm happy, I'm going to slide my little bow up, and bravo, there's one. And here's one I did earlier that matches. Obviously, if you're doing a lot, don't do what I've just done and do them completely freehand. Once you've done one, you want to kind of keep them the same size. So it's an idea to cut round one and then carry on like that. But they're very pretty. You imagine them in a lovely cake, very cute, and take no time to make, and cost is next to nothing. My pad cost me £2, I think, and I've got a whole 10 sheets of glitter paper in. my sticky foam backs I had lying around the house, but they're not very expensive, and the ribbon cost me 50p. So all in all, a very cheap craft, and I could make quite a few for next to nothing. Good luck, and again, if you do make some, I'd really love to see them.